It is the Shift Conference 2025, organized by Global Leadership Academy by Pastor Sam Adeyemi. And I am live at the conference. I just want to take you through the highlights of today's event, as it was an amazing, time and at the conference. From the breakfast and networking section to the arrival of the guests, to the master of ceremony, which is our very own best, to the interesting insight in the lectures, and the speakers were all amazing, to the launching of the new book by Pastor Sam Adeyemi, which is Shift. And in that Shift, the acronym of Shift, where he talked about S stands for C, H stands for hear, I stand for insight, F stands for formulate, and T is for transform. So Shift 2025, I just want to walk you through the highlights. Enjoy.
It's like you're a bird just trying to perch somewhere. I didn't know where. First church, second church, until I found Daystar. I found Daystar, and at some point, so you meet the person, and then you met the church, you listen to the word, you observed someone's life, you start imagining what's really going on here. Because, Dr. Sam is just so integrated. So when we talk about integrity, what we're saying invariably is that what you do in the private is not different from what you do in the open. It's not also different from what you say and how people see you. I found exactly that in him. Everything was just like following the sequence of the life I never had. But everything transformed when I started learning under Dr. Sam Adeyemi, applying the principles, living by a value system that is anchored on not just the word, but by seeing the person and seeing him indeed. And the other thing that I did was, 18 years ago, the consumer lending industry didn't exist in Nigeria. When I heard the message that there's something in you, find a pain that can define your purpose. And I said that word, I said pain was the first thing that defined how I profit from the things that were my pains. I discovered that, and the industry that was not existing, 18 years ago, consumer lending industry started. And I birthed that industry, pioneered the first company that started the industry. That company was started with 200,000 naira. And today, the company is going public very soon. It's valued on the market at 200 billion naira. What a power, living by principle and anchoring your life and walking alongside someone that has done it before. So as we are today, it's still the same person. They say old wine don't change. The same they said about our Lord Jesus, yesterday, today, and forever. Dr. Sam Adeyemi has not changed. What you can even think about is that he's a new wine in a new wine skin. It's refreshed, it's renewed, it has shifted. And for anyone that is going to be under this training today, I can bet you, if you listen, imbibe, adapt, adopt, and use it, as he laid it out, there's no doubt your own success will also be guaranteed. So thank you so much, Dr. Sam, for the impact and influence you have on our lives. We love you so much. God bless you.
We want to inspire and encourage people who also have their own dreams now. Because in a little bit, another 30 years will roll by. And 30 years from now, we hope that we can have many more stories of transformation. So thank you for coming to join us in this celebration, and we hope that you have an amazing experience. We're going to give it our own best shot. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have an amazing day.
So as soon as Dr. Sam comes out, we'll start getting into the That's my home. Goodbye, mama. Please don't cry. Say I can't stay. Don't ask me why. Got no money. Just hopes and dreams. I'm gonna find my destiny. I have my life in the city. So that's where all the dreams come true. I'm gonna work hard in the city. So wish me
Reaching Gambia and later evolving into a TV broadcast, Success Power aired on AIT on Saturday mornings and other stations across Nigeria and Gambia. In 2008, the program expanded to KICC TV in the UK, covering Europe. By 2010, the Daystar broadcast went on World Network, reaching a global audience.
All right. That brief documentary you just saw elicited a response when the first throwback picture of Dr. Sam showed up. Young ones, ladies and gentlemen, let the applause roll after every five, so that we are not go tired. Ladies and gentlemen, first school ever Adelaja. We got Project Cherry Love, Holding Park School, Great Zion Private School, Prince College, Idu Osun State. Yes. We also have Role Model School, Maritime Academy, Anatole School, Appel Premier Private School, District Star International College. Round of applause, thank you. Ravens Creek International College is not power, but the application of knowledge is power. One of my mantras that I grew up with, I heard it one day and it stuck with me. It says, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. Yeah. So, one thing is to know. The other thing is, what are you doing with what you know? Right? Now, you're turning to your neighbors and you said shift. In life, if you don't move, words without action, it's nothing. So when you told your neighbor shift, did you shift? Did you shift? In this book, you will find out that to make changes can be very uncomfortable, but when you start, it gets easier. So now, you will turn to your neighbor again. You will say shift, and you people will trade seats. So turn to your neighbor and say shift. Some of you. Ladies and gentlemen, our first downpour or sudden rain. Where did this rain come from? Limited. Flood rain. Yes, you know. Speaking of names, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is not from these parts, but his roots are from these parts. He's American. He's an author. And speaking of names, the name of his book, his latest book, I like his process, but what I've learned from this is I always go, worked with an audit firm Wetin concern chemical and audit. But you see, she was doing everything to succeed. When she left that audit firm, she came to Lagos from Kano. And she was working in a furniture company, Alibet. She was the showroom manager. Am I right, man? Showroom manager. Sales girl. Sales girl. But look at her today. You know what's beautiful? She's not resting in her hours. One day they came to her, you can do TV show. She did TV show. It's in her CV. One day Kunle Afolayan went to her, you can act. She acted. She's my colleague. At some point she's going to be speaking, ladies and gentlemen. But let's recognize her. Please give it up for Mrs. before I worship her. All right. And I'll make...
We're raised to follow. We're raised to take instructions, to respond. We're raised in many ways that creates a challenge for leading from the front as a woman. Our men are raised from the onset to think about being in charge. It is a culturalization, and it affects how you think about everything.
Stand up. After praying for you, they will not lead you to one corner. Now everybody don't go house. Now that they don't want to convert you, and you are tired. So all the churches I used to go out, now they get up again. They say if you are worshiping with us for the first time, raise your hand. That means they encourage others. And I'm the first time out, you know. So the first time I went to Daystar, the thing that shocked me the most is that when they announced first time, I didn't get up. I say my spirit has been here. I lied to myself. I didn't get up. And the thing that shocked me was they said, welcome, thank you, handed their package to them. And Pastor Sam said, if you feel like joining us again, please, you are welcome. But if not, find another Bible-believing church and go. I shocked. I said, wow. Sisters. It's not by force. If you don't want, that's the door. That's why I tell Hugo. Why they don't force me? I want to know what they here. From that day I learned the power of free will. You can control what happens inside you. You can't control what happens around. And that was my biggest lesson. And many years, motivational speaker, pastor, husband, father, leader, teacher.